Did you know that the version of yourself you present to the world is actually a high-tech prison cell? Look at your screen. Look at your feed. Every filtered photo, every calculated caption, and every forced smile is a brick in a wall that is slowly suffocating your true spirit. Statistics show that General Z is the most connected generation in history, yet we are dying of a loneliness that no amount of dopamine-driven notifications can cure. You are exhausted. Not because you're doing too much, but because you are pretending too much. You are haunted by a monster. You created yourself, the perfect version of you, that never fails, never cries, and never breaks. But here is the terrifying truth. The more you light up your external world to look successful, the darker and more dangerous your internal shadow becomes. I see you. I see the person lying awake at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, feeling an abyss opening up in your chest. You've been told that negative emotions are bugs in your system that need to be deleted. You've been told to stay positive until your soul felt numb. But what if I told you that your depression, your rage, and your deepest insecurities are not flaws? They are the shadow architects of your power. In the ancient wisdom of the Dharma, we don't run from the dark. We sit in it until our eyes adjust. We don't fix the shadow, we integrate it. You have been running from yourself for years, wearing a social mask that is now fused to your skin, making you a stranger to your own heartbeat. Welcome to the dark room. For the next 10 minutes, the matrix is powered off. No filters, no expectations, no judgment. I am here to lead you into the basement of your subconscious to meet the demons you've been running from. We are going to strip away the social mask and reclaim the raw, cosmic energy hidden in your shadows. By the end of this session, you won't just feel better, you will feel whole. You are about to discover that the light you've been desperately searching for isn't outside. It's hidden behind the very things you're afraid to look at. Stay with me. Let's descend together. Why does it feel like the more self-help content you consume, the more lost you become? It's because the system has sold you a lie. The lie of constant progress. You are being hunted by an invisible predator called the optimized ego. This predator demands that you be productive even when you're breaking down, that you be zen even when you're furious. Your mind has become a battlefield of toxic positivity. Every time you push a painful thought away, you aren't deleting it. You are compressing it. Think of your mind like a pressure cooker with no valve. You've been shoving your anxiety, your shame, and your feeling of being not enough into the basement for 20 years. What do you think happens to those shadows when they are left in the dark for too long? They mutate. They become the demons that paralyze you at the moment you need to move forward. The anatomy of your pain is not a mystery, it's a map. That heavy weight in your chest. That's the unspoken truth you've been suppressed. That constant brain fog. That's your mind's defense mechanism against a reality that feels too sharp to touch. In the Buddhist tradition, we call this the second arrow. The first arrow is the pain itself, the breakup, the job loss, the rejection. But the second arrow is the one you shoot at yourself, the judgment, the why me, the I should be stronger. It is the second arrow that turns a moment of sadness into a decade of suffering. You've been living in a house on fire, trying to fix the wallpaper instead of putting out the flames. You are not broken, you are simply overloaded with unprocessed data of the soul. It is time for the surgery. We are going to stop the optimization and start the observation. To heal, you must first stop trying to fix yourself like a broken machine. You are not a machine. You are an ecosystem. And every ecosystem needs the night to regenerate. Look at your demons not as enemies to be killed, but as messengers to be heard. They are the ignored parts of your soul, screaming for your attention. Are you brave enough to stop running? Are you ready to sit still while the walls of your socially acceptable reality crumble? Because the only way out is through. The anatomy of your awakening begins the moment you stop fighting the darkness and start asking it, what are you trying to teach me? You might think this is just spiritual poetry, but the science of the void is undeniable. When you enter the darkness meditation, your brain undergoes a radical transformation. By cutting off external visual stimuli, you deactivate the default mode network, the part of your brain responsible for the self-critic and the overthinker. Research in neuroplasticity shows that in total darkness, your pineal gland starts to produce high levels of DMT and serotonin, naturally shifting your frequency from beta stress waves to gamma insight waves. This is the biohack of the ancients. In the Buddhist Vajrayana tradition, dark retreats were used to dissolve the ego's boundaries. You aren't just sitting in a room. You are recalibrating your neural pathways to perceive the underlying fabric of the universe, the sunyata, or the great emptiness. Science calls it the quantum vacuum. The Dharma calls it your true nature. Both agree on one thing: everything solid is actually 99% empty space. Let me tell you about Robert. Like many of you, Robert was a high achiever in his early 20s, living through the blue light of his laptop, chasing a version of success that wasn't his. On the surface, he was winning. Inside, he was a ghost. One night, the shadow finally caught up. The panic attacks were so violent, he couldn't leave his apartment. He felt like a broken program in a perfect matrix. Instead of more medication or more scrolling, Robert chose the void protocol. He spent 72 hours in a pitch-black room. No phone, no light, just him and the demons. For the first 24 hours, he screamed. He faced every failure, every rejection, and every suppressed memory. But on the third day, something miraculous happened. The darkness stopped being a wall and became a mirror. He realized the demons were just unloved parts of himself, crying for attention. When he stopped fighting, the shadows turned into liquid gold. Robert didn't find the light at the end of the tunnel, he became the light. Robert's story isn't an exception, it's a blueprint. Your demons are not there to obstruct your path. They are the path. The evidence is clear. The most profound healing happens when you have nowhere left to hide. The logic of the world tells you to run toward the light. The logic of the soul tells you to find the light within the dark. Are you ready to stop being a victim of your biology and start being the architect of your own consciousness? Let's move from the why to the how. Enough watching. Enough consuming. It is time for the sacred $0 protocol. To meet your shadow, you don't select one EA, 7N, an ashram in India, or an expensive retreat. You only need your courage and a dark corner of your room. Tonight, or the next time you feel the matrix suffocating you, do this: turn off every light. Silence every device. Cover your windows until not a single photon of artificial light remains. Sit on the floor. Don't try to meditate. Don't try to be holy. Just sit. For the first 20 minutes, your mind will scream. It will try to distract you with fake chores, old regrets, and future fears. Let it scream. That is just the algorithm ego trying to reboot. Stay in the silence until the blackness stops being empty and starts feeling heavy. When the weight comes, ask your shadow, what part of me did I kill to survive? Listen with your skin, not your ears. The answer won't be a word. It will be a feeling of sudden, cold clarity. This is the integration. This is how you reclaim your stolen fire. You have been a warrior for so long, fighting a war you never asked for, wearing a mask that is too heavy for your young soul. But the war ends here, in the stillness. Look at the darkness around you. It isn't a grave. It's a womb. You are being reborn. I want you to make a vow to yourself right now. I will no longer exile the parts of me that are in pain. I will no longer hunt my own shadows. I am the darkness, and I am the light, and I am the space that holds them both. Feel that? That vibration in your chest. That is the sound of your true self finally being heard. You are not a lost generation. You are the generation that was brave enough to stop running and start looking within. You are the architects of the new consciousness. As you leave this video, don't just click away to the next distraction. Carry this silence with you, like a secret weapon. The world will try to pull you back into the neon noise. But you now know the truth. The most powerful version of you is waiting in the quiet, in the dark, where the social mask cannot breathe. Share this with one person who is currently drowning in their own shadow. Let them know they aren't alone in the dark. Welcome home, peaceful soul. The sunrise is coming, but this time, it's rising from inside you. Namaste.